leopard dynamics around Londolozi at the moment are somewhat up in the air, and the vast majority of our male leopard viewing used to centre around the Senegal Bush Male and the Male. However, in recent times that's somewhat shifted, with both of those males now moving across to west of our Londolozi borders, and the vast majority of our current male leopard viewing is of the Maxim's male and the infrequent male much further south. So with this constant ebb and flow between that, whenever we do see the Senegal Bush Male, it's always quite exciting. And this morning we've now had an opportunity to follow him around as he's moving on somewhat of a territorial patrol. Constantly scent marking, like we had the Londolozi female the other day. And so it's great just to spend some time with him. See, he's still in fantastic condition, although he is aging somewhat, and similar to the flat rock male, who's now shifted his territory completely into the north. He doesn't come south of the river on Londolozi any longer. The Senegal Bush Male is now shifted much further west, and his son, the male, is also shifted across there with him, because of the pressure from the Maxim's male, who's quite a bit larger than both of these, and the male is an up-and-coming leopard who hasn't really established a territory just yet. He's sort of living in his father's shadow, buying some time, waiting for him to grow and develop into a bit of a bigger, stronger, more dominant leopard who will then try and secure a territory in the near future. Following the Senegal Bush Male now, he's dropping down towards the Sand River, and we're not going to be able to stay with him for too much longer. Simply we cannot follow him into the river here. But this is just a great little update on the Senegal Bush Male and keep everybody in the loop as to his movements and where he's sort of shifting to. Hopefully we'll see him a little bit more just to the west of camp, around Finfoot, Taylor's Crossing, along the river, and with that maybe we'll also see a little bit more of the male. But as you know, the dynamics shifting around, we never really know who we're going to see. With the arrival of the Kangela male, we could possibly see him slot in between the Maxim's male and the Senegal Bush Male, occupying some of this territory around here, because he's been hanging around a little bit. He is slightly older than the male and a little bit bigger, but not yet capable of driving out the Maxim's male or the Senegal Bush Male. So we'll just see what happens going forward, but it'll be nice if one of these leopards then establish a territory that they hold onto quite rigorously close to camp, and we then get some more viewing of male leopards very close to the Londolozi camps. But in the meanwhile, it's great to have a little update on these leopards and just see what's been going on. Today we're spending some time with the Three Rivers female. She's been a fairly elusive leopard of late, and that's mostly in part because she's been denning 2 cubs in our neighbours to the east. And yesterday Barry followed her for quite some time until she eventually reached a rocky outcrop in the deep southeastern parts of the reserve, let off a soft contact call, and before you knew it, she was up on a boulder with 2 two-month-old cubs. And it was a very fleeting glimpse, because I don't think these cubs have been viewed too much. So this morning, she's now roaming around in the eastern parts of the reserve, and we've now just enjoyed her up on a bank above our eye level. There's a few impala in the distance, but she's just lying up there, scanning her surroundings and calling very frequently, just advertising that this is her territory. So it's been a pretty spectacular view of her this morning. We're secretly hoping she might hunt, but I think by her calling, she's definitely told these impala that she's here, so she's lost that element of surprise for now. So we'll wait it out for a little bit longer, see if anything materializes. But if not, we'll pack it up here and hopefully in the next few days follow her back to her den so we can get a view of these cubs. But hope you've enjoyed this brief virtual safari of the Three Rivers female, and what she's been up to. Sitting around with a leopard calling is always a pretty epic scene to be part of. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and drop a comment below as to what you're enjoying with these virtual safaris, and give us some suggestions as to what you want to see in the future. But bye for now, and we'll see you next week.